Ladies and gentlemen, here they are, late to the gate and racing out of lane 8. Your men, Dex, Boota and Issitt.
Riders ready, watch the gate.
Bikes in the van, phone in hand, BMX track in the foreign land. Dex missed his flight, Issitt's late. I don't know why we're late to the gate. And bikes, we ride all night. Euro trips and ride our hype. From nationals to car park chats, we chase that dream in new era caps. Sugar daddies in the VIP. BMX moms still faster than me. Dex and Boota Issitt too. Talking trash, we ride it true. Baggy jeans and studded belts. The body is chaos, nothing else. Clips or flats, deadlifts or squats. Still arguing like it means a lot. Crank it up to 99. UK tracks with Euro lines. We're always slow, we talk a lot, but for real, this is all we've got. Late to the date, y'all.
Here we are again, Late to the Gate podcast. We really are late to this one because we nearly missed. We basically, right, the Nationals come around pretty quick and we forgot about it until I said this week we need to do a recording before the Nationals so that people can listen because everyone's got to drive to Scotland. So here we are. And it is a long way. And everything's come around really quick. I mean, and we haven't planned this at all, so we can kind of live plan what we need to talk about. But since we've last spoken about, there's been another Euro round, a National. We're almost ready for a National. Be Strong properly imploded.
Oh, I know.
Countless other things have gone on.
It's, I mean, firstly, people need to appreciate the time that you're getting up because this is even earlier now, isn't it? It's ridiculous. It's 4 a.m. where you are. So
yeah, I need to squeeze this one in because Kim's working up in Brisbane today, and I need to get this one in so I can be ready to sort out the kids before she leaves.
You got to love the commitment.
Yeah, love it. But this is one of my favourite things to do. Now, someone ran a marathon.
Someone did run a marathon. Stand up, Boota.
I'm not going to stand there. We had a bit of a go, didn't we, at the weekend?
We had a go. We did nothing.
Yeah, it was class. Yeah, to be fair, I won't talk about running for a long time, but it's been a bit of a journey for me. Got it done on Sunday. Thoroughly enjoyable day out in the capital for the video viewers.
Okay. He hasn't
the
taken
medal.
It off all week.
I had to though, didn't I?
Yeah, of course
You'd have taken the piss if I didn't have it out, Sean. And I've got the.
That looks nicer than the ones in France. It hasn't gone rusty yet either.
What you mean, like the Paris Olympics medal?
Yeah.
I think it looks. Yeah, in terms of like longevity, it looks pretty decent.
It's a good medal.
Sick.
I had the pleasure of touching his medal.
Yeah, so Sean rings me at 9.5K, saying, "Hello, mate. What are you up to?" I said, "Oh, it's just I'm running the marathon, mate." He goes, "Oh, how you getting on? How far are you around?" And then obviously said, "Oh, I'm at Tower Bridge." So that was cool. I appreciate you and the family coming down and seeing me over there. Stumble round, but
there was quite a crew there, wasn't there? I saw the clips. There was quite a lot of people there cheering you on.
It was good, mate. Yeah, 1.5 million all there for Boota.
Yeah,
which was
all
nice.
For you.
Fans of the pod.
Fans of the pod.
Yes,
and you came up to as well. Yeah, you got your fundraising target.
Do you know what? Yeah, serious shout out to obviously friends and family for bringing up and donations. I think I got a couple through the pod and a couple late last minute, which were brilliant. You boys contributing. I'm not shouting particular people out here now, but Andy Shaw donated a few days ago, which was amazing. Tony Chalice, friend of the pod, loves talking to us about the pod, doesn't he, Sean? Got us in Manchester.
He's your biggest fan. He didn't even know you before the pod, and he's your biggest fan. We've got a lot of time for the Chalices.
So shout out to the Chalices, yeah. Always been a fan of Freya, but obviously we've got that personal connection now. So yeah, that's cool. So we raised £3,176, I think,
serious.
for a long charity in memory of my mum. So serious moment for a minute, but that was wicked. But I'll stop talking about running because it is crap, and I can't wait to ride bikes again.
Do they do like a London Marathon bike version?
Well, yeah, that was the Ride London. which I also did a few years ago, but they now only do that in Loch Ness. If anyone's interested, you have to go up to Loch Ness to do that medal.
So they do the Ride London in Loch Ness.
Yeah, as
I don't
bizarre
think
as
it's
it
called
is.
Ride London anymore, is it?
No, but it's run by London Marathon events, so I think it's a bit of a cop out. But now all I've got to do is a swim in Hyde Park, and you get a London Classics medal, which is quite cool.
Oh.
No way.
Amy said we're not going to London again this year.
I tell you what, I know we're at BMX Pod, but like the spectating is a sport in itself. It is so hard
Mental.
to find you. Oh man.
People have been saying that they did 40,000 steps just trying to get around London and trying to get in on and off the tube. That's a serious task. I think it genuinely is the best day in sport as a spectacle. However, I like what it shows in terms of London. It's like at its best, the sun was shining, everything. But oh my god, yeah, it's busy.
Oh, yeah.
Fantastic.
Wicked.
Epic
Well
achievement.
done, mate. Well done.
wicked.
All right.
Yeah.
So, we squeezed this in, and given it's so early, we can live plan this and see what's on the list. So we should probably check in with All Things Be Strong. We should talk about Manchester National. We should talk about Glasgow National coming up. Bit of controversy around practice. We can dig into that. Mr. Issitt wasn't happy, and I think we'll get into it. We'll get into it.
We
will get into it. I'm ready to go.
Peebs reminded us in the DMs that I don't think in the last episode we talked about Cal stepping away from elite, and I think we should because that's a mega milestone. So many years in there. We've missed a Euro round, and
We've also
I think
created
we've
a
had some
feature,
French
haven't we?
Cups.
We created a feature as well. What happened to, didn't we?
Yeah,
On our
we
list,
did. What
we actually got a
happened
little bit organised, didn't we?
Yeah.
And we started to create a shared notes because I've never opened the Google Drive, so we decided to do it on notes. So
we
we've got
did,
that
and
as well.
I should have checked into
I've
that.
just
And
loaded it up.
Oh, well, that's good. And tell you what we haven't done for a long time, and we can't do it this one because we haven't really been pushing it, so no one sent us any bikes, but somebody must have some new bikes as we get into the new season, halfway through the new season.
Yeah.
So we should
There's
do
There's
that.
one person who hasn't.
Oh, let me guess.
Oh, you had a new chain ring, didn't you, Sean, in Manchester?
I've had a new chain ring. Oh, here's a story then. So I've had
And a new
chain
tyre?
ring. No, not yet. Right. So I got a flat tyre about a week and a half ago, and I've not sorted it out yet. But
You're
I'm
so
gonna
cheap, man. And when are you leaving from Glasgow? Tomorrow?
tomorrow. But I've already messaged Rich saying I need a new tyre, get ready to get it sorted. But in the time that I haven't, I also bought Cal's 177.5 cranks. So he's sent them down, and I've attempted, and Boota, you'd be proud of me here, I've attempted to fit them.
Right.
So I've fitted them. But there's a few bits left over. Well, there's a few bits left over. And I was like videoing Cal. I'm like, why have I got these bits left over?
Well, so it's like an IKEA flat pack furniture. You've ended up with parts left over, but the cranks are actually on the bike.
Yeah, they're on the bike. They turn.
What did you buy of him?
Just box cranks, 177.5 cranks. Because I've been running 180s, which I don't think anyone run at 180s now. But I've been too cheap to change them. But again, I'll get Rich to just check them over. So I don't even know if I'm any good on 177.5 cranks. But can't imagine it's much different. But it's all right. We'll line up. We'll go for it, won't we?
I think you'd be good.
It'd be great.
I think the crank length isn't your biggest concern at Glasgow.
It's my legs.
Yeah, how's your fitness doing? And obviously, we'll dip into Manchester. You did well, a couple of fourths. But how do you feel going into Glasgow?
I'm not confident about Glasgow, I won't lie. Like
The deep Glasgow track as well, the big one.
Well, I've got a few nemesis with it because last time I raced there, I KO'd myself. And that was the last time I raced. So I crashed on the last straight and knocked myself out. But I mean, Manchester, you can get away with it. So I know we're flipping between the two. Manchester, you can get away with it because it's such a short track and you can cut people up the inside and people can't get away from you, so to speak. So I was all right. But Glasgow will be different.
Glasgow must be 50, 60 metres longer? Surely.
Well, I hope not. I was hoping for 10 metres longer. But yeah, I reckon you might be about right.
It must be big. If you think how long that second straight is, you're blown by the second corner, aren't you? I don't mean you. I mean, generally speaking, it's hard work. It's deep. It's long.
Apparently, it's not that deep though anymore because they've tweaked it for the Worlds. They made it less harsh. So I haven't ridden it since then.
Yeah,
Let's assume we'll find out.
Cool.
All right. Manchester then, the old Dust Bowl. How did that go?
Do you know what? It was a really. I'll tell you what. Boota turned up. He
I
hasn't been to a
attended a
national for a
national.
while.
I can't remember the last national I attended, and I'll give you my feedback while we're on me then. I think he is a bit soulless. I think I can understand running an April national. Yeah, great. That is, it's almost like needed. It's a necessary thing. We may as well use the facility. I think that block racing does make it feel a little bit soulless because you've taken your kids away. They're probably not going to see the later block. Conversely, if you are riding or racing with a kid and their older brother or their dad is racing in vets, then he's running his main at 6:30, 7 o'clock at night, and you've been there since 7 a.m. So I think it's just maybe it's just a product of the success of the sport. But
I think the venue's not big enough.
I think the venue's not big enough. I think obviously I didn't see it this time, but I've seen it in previous years. That obviously like pits and that hard work. But I was genuinely impressed with the racing. I thought, holy hell, the standard's incredible. I won't call out individual riders, but yeah, I thought standard of racing was absolutely superb. I think it does need a change, personally. That was my opinion. I've been looking at the same track for 15 years, 12 years, whatever. But I wholly enjoyed it. Really enjoyed it.
Good day out.
It's an interesting one because, like, I think you're right. For a Manchester indoor race, it was actually pretty cool. I enjoyed it. And the kids are ridiculous. Like 12-year-olds now are putting lap times down that I'm not saying I'm fast, but like I'm putting down, and that's like ridiculous. Kids are fast.
Yeah, fair
and
play.
If we was
Bodes
12
well.
and we had those kind of tracks, I mean, you can see why the GB lot now are progressing nicely.
Insane. Yeah. In terms of the improvements, cannot fault it. Cannot fault the standard of the track. We went with Glenn, our friend, didn't we, Sean? He knows BMX, but like has sort of come in the last few years, and we just sat there going, "What age is this? Like this is 12s." Thinking, this is like the 16s of the past in terms of their skill level and their talent. So really enjoyed it.
It was good. But honestly, there's some absolute carnage. I mean, obviously we're not going to go through every single race result because that's what the 96 podcast do, and they do a great job for that. But
shout out.
Like Tyrese.
Oh.
Tyrese.
Did you come across this, Dex?
Did he? I might embarrass myself here. Did he break a bike?
Not break a bike,
No.
but he just sent the bike on the last straight. I don't know how the bike didn't break. He just he smashed himself, and the bike went flying into the stage strong tent. And we joked that, like, luckily there wasn't many people in there because a lot of them were up on the race behind or a few behind. But we could just imagine, like, Billy just sat there with his overnight oats, just sitting there with a bike just flying over his head and something like that. Like,
it was a catapult, wasn't it? Yeah, because that age was like flying, wasn't it? Bryn, and they're like just dog eat each corner. And Tyrese, I think he was like bonked like a pickup, didn't he? Out the turn.
Yeah.
And because of the speed that he's doing, it was like it took the next jump to the next jump for him to like slowly start going over. It was like a high side on a motorbike.
Yeah.
And then because his bike came over his head, it got flung so hard. Thankfully he was okay.
I mean,
yeah, that's good.
We don't want to put people off BMX, but there were some mad crashes doing that. Like John Lillingston as well was a mad one.
I didn't like Lillingston
day
because he went out the front door from about 20 foot up, didn't he?
He was crashing for like 5 seconds. I interestingly, I messaged John, and this is just typical bit. Like John's had some serious crashes, like back in Cheddar. I'm sure, and I hope you don't mind me saying this, I'm sure he died on the track, and they had to get his heart started again, basically. And so he's had some serious crashes in his time. And I messaged him, was like, "Shit, are you all right? I hope that's so good." And he came back. I need to get this up. Hang on. So he comes back with a message that basically just epitomizes BMXers, but basically goes, "I'm all right." The list he gives me,
He put, cheers, Sean, for checking. Battered, but I'm okay considering. I've chipped my left radius on my wrist and one of the carpal bones. My right elbow's chipped in the corner of the radius, but all in place by the looks of it. Oh, and I've broken a couple of ribs too. Other than that, I'm all right. Like, that's not all right.
He's described a car crash. He's had blunt trauma, but I'm all right. But
Yeah. It's
man, love that.
BMX for you.
Mad.
Yeah.
I'm gonna quickly change my charger because I think me being me, really organised, it's
Put
gonna
yourself
die.
on mute.
Either your charger's gone or the computer's gone. I just remembered actually where I saw the broken bike. I think it was at the first national in Australia or one of the nationals in Australia at Shepparton, and I think someone broke a GT Carbon. Completely forgotten who it was. Just saw it fleetingly, but that's where I've seen the broken bike.
Yeah. Yeah, so Manchester was insane. I guess we'll touch on what we should have probably done last time was that Cal, while we're talking about that age group, Cal dropped down into 1929.
Yeah, let's do it.
And then that in itself is a ride up for him because he's, 35 now? So yeah, 100 plus mains he made in elite. 18 years, I think he was in the class, 57 podiums and 4 wins, he said. And to which I said, that is like one of the longest enduring pro careers ever. Surely, like, pick it out of any country, surely, as well. Because he went in at 17 years old. So shout out to Cal. I think he had a couple of, did he have like a third and a fourth, something like that? Because, that class is insane that he's put himself in.
Well, and he would, wouldn't he? He'd put himself in where the biggest challenge is. And I think back to when you'd have Flemdog and Oggy, continuing to race in Payback and stuff like that. Cal's going to be like that, but more so, because I'm going to say he's more elite, because he's a different generation. And he's going to be racing the kids forever, I'm sure of it.
Yeah. Yeah, he's insane.
Cal's a unit. Yeah, I'm back. Although I think me being me, I've just ruined something. So I think I've dropped off with the.
You're back with us.
You're back. It's kind of working. I did get a message that it said you were on another audio channel, but this Riverside's pretty kind to us. It covers up a lot of mistakes, which is good.
Flipping. That's why we signed up to it. What is it?
Yeah.
Is it the monthly cost? What did you say earlier about?
It's about $30-$40 a month for the normal paid version, which takes away the watermark and it gives me more capacity or something. I can't remember. I needed to do it on the paid version. I couldn't have done it on the free one with the amount of stuff we were doing.
Here. No, Manchester was
worth it.
It was a good one.
Yeah, we're here. So, and then what happened next? So the first Euro round had happened the last time we spoke, but I think
there was a Czech
Teal's
Republic one just gone
since.
Last weekend.
Teal's happened.
I'll be honest,
and then we just
I haven't really caught up with
past weekend.
the Czech one because I've been running around London after someone, so missed out on that one.
I've had a quick look. I've not watched any of the racing, but from what I gather, Jamie O'Brink had a good weekend in the past one, so he's obviously becoming a massive mover and shaker.
One thing I will say, I don't really like the look of that track.
We can't send any. Yeah,
it looks like it doesn't flow. It looks like that jump at the bottom, the start hill isn't great. People might say differently because they've obviously rode it. What I will say I like about it is it's near Prague. So if I am going to go and do it, it'd be a good one to go because I do like Prague. I had my stag do there. But the track itself, it just looks a bit deep and not flowy.
Yeah.
We really should have watched the racing, shouldn't we?
He's got 4 jumps on the second straight.
It looks long.
Pro second straight. It's a really, really long pro second straight, which is pretty cool. But it seems pretty good to me. I don't know why. I just think the Euro Cups have lost a bit of soul. There's sort of not as much.
We need to dig on the French actually,
attending.
Because
Maybe
I
think
think
like I've said
the
before,
French Cups are
there's a bit of a lull.
Getting pretty big because everyone seems to be going over there to race them. The kind of caliber of riders that are doing it seem to be pretty serious. So maybe because there's a lot of them, maybe that's why they're missing out a lot of the Euro rounds. I'll tell you what, I'm going to talk to someone this weekend about what the deal is with all these riders going over there, because I know that they're all getting a wage because every French club has an elite. But I'd imagine that at some point those elites have got to come and do some training sessions. If they're paying for them, they can't surely just race for them. She's done 2 rounds, but
Yeah, Beth's done, 2 rounds this year? And that was pretty serious. Like,
yeah,
Molly Simpson was.
but has she been over and doing
racing
some clinics?
the last
I don't know.
And there was
Under her
another
French
UK
club.
elite.
Yeah.
I don't know, but yeah, find out. And remember, Michael Bias's
Yeah.
offer, get yourself to a French Cup. They'll connect you with the right people, get you in the right place, from an accommodation perspective. Because yes, I am interested in that. And I did notice that Beth and I forget who the other UK female is, we're kind of there with the jerseys, looking forward to the French Cups. So that is a big deal, and maybe that's impacting the Euro rounds. I have no idea where we are from a Euro numbers perspective, and I've no idea if we're still playing the same soundtracks and we're still giving out the months for the beer, because if you're still doing
they've
that,
got an
it's
intro
still a good
song.
Euro round.
Have you heard the Euro intro song? It's like
Listen to the
It's-
jingle.
it's worth
No, I
listening.
I
haven't.
can't remember what it is.
I feel like we've inspired them, guys. They've gone on AI and they've made a track. They've gone, right, this is it. So, yeah, it's a long one.
Have they?
That's what she said.
Well, maybe they
but
have.
It is a
Yeah. Well, you need to get the kids out of the tents into the pens. So you need like
Yeah,
a
it's a
good
good shout.
3 to 5 minute song.
but no, it's good.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, Euro. I think Emily Hutt had a crash as well. I think I
Yeah.
saw it on socials that she's hit the deck.
Yeah, she's done a collarbone.
So that rest up. She looked
in
quick as well.
practice, which is gutting because
Yeah.
she's been going well with some
So
podiums.
healing vibes. Go on.
I would like to jump back.
This is
This is
Late
this
to the
is
game.
me. This is ADHD, bro. Then we need to jump back into Manchester and call out some elite results
Oh, yeah.
in the women
Smashed them.
because
Yeah.
Freya won both days.
She's
Lexi
injured as well, I
Waite,
think.
A name that I wasn't
Mm-hmm.
aware of. She also crashed just recently. A name that I wasn't aware of. Hold my hands up. I'm not close enough to the local scene. Would be Emily.
Yeah, weird
Hutt.
one, isn't it?
Incredible. And she put down some serious
And
laps.
she's like, is it 14, 15? 15?
Say that again, Sean.
We're so bad. We need to do more research.
15, I believe.
This is bad.
Oh, serious? No. Yeah, but we're just fans. Serious, yeah. And she looked great. It wasn't just like a gate. It wasn't just like track speed. It was like full package. It looked insane. Thought to myself, like Freya in junior, killing it, absolutely killing it. I'd heard she got an all-time.
I think she
PB.
broke she
One
wanted to
lap
break
that
the 30
weekend?
seconds, didn't she?
Not
That's
sure
what
how
she was
true that is.
chasing. And I think she got 29. I don't think it's her fastest lap, but I don't know.
Right.
I can't remember. Someone said it. Someone told me it was the fastest lap, and then someone said no,
Okay.
it isn't. So we'll see. But yeah, she's pretty serious. Them two, the girls' caliber is ridiculous because you got to remember, like even you talk about those three. We didn't have Beth racing. We didn't have Elsa racing because she crashed in practice. I mean, you saw the crash yourself, didn't she? Like just a warm up, wasn't it?
That was first lap. She went out the front door. Yeah, that was
No,
harsh.
I think she
don't
just
think
was
there's
like,
anything lasting there.
shut it down. It's not worth
So
it.
yeah, yeah, it was just too close to racing.
Both Rendell Todd and Chalice had a good weekend at that Euro round. I mean, that was kind of jumped out at me when I looked at the results. So that class, that age
that was
group,
it.
that is super strong.
Elsa pushed
Yeah.
Freya in the turn, didn't she? Sort of stayed on
That
to her
was
a little bit longer,
wasn't it?
stuck her, and
Why
and, yeah, she
is that
took a win.
class? Why is that class so strong? Do you think? Is it because of what? Is it because BC are getting it right there in terms of promoting the sport and giving them access and pushing them, or is it happenstance with extra people
I think
nationally being interested in the sport? So you just you
I
put
think
more
there's a
people
lot of
in the top
factors
of the
here,
funnel,
but
more
I
good
feel
people
like
come out the bottom.
girls racing isn't girls racing anymore. I feel like when we were younger, the girls racing was they didn't send things; they pumped for everything. Now they are racing like how the boys are. They're happy to send things. There's no. It doesn't seem like there's any fear. You've got like them lot that we've been mentioning, and then you go a bit younger down to your Emmy Sewards and all that lot who are quite happy to get involved with the boys and just give them a bit of an elbow. They're not scared anymore. Then I think because we've got so many in GB that are similar ages, they're just pushing each other on. It seems like Braintree are chugging out a few over at Jules. He's got a few coming out of that end, and it's definitely inspired each other, I'd say. because you got your Beth. Beth's come from there. Chalice has come from there. Is Elsa from there? No, I think she just trains a lot with Jules initially, I'm sure. But there's a few others that are all down that way. I'm not on commission to accelerate schools.
Annalise Cabin
But
Carpenter.
they're sick.
She's in mains.
The girls are sick.
Love, aren't she?
Yeah, it really is. Hey, just mentioning Jules, he put something on LinkedIn in the past couple of months. It's been X number of years.
Got a job.
Again, can't remember how many. Since he bailed from his normal job and went full-time BMX and been carving out a living ever since. And you know what you've just said there. So he's been doing it for a long time, creating a living, but also creating some legacy.
Well, he's also got a new job with the UCI. He's the new Tian, isn't he? Tian Isidore. He talks a little bit more on the 96 podcast about it, so go and listen to that as well. But fair play to him. He basically, and I don't know if you've ever seen Tian's job, and hopefully you don't mind me saying this, all he does is say if it's windy or not. Too windy, right, cut it off. I'm joking. I'm sure there's more to it.
That's what we see, Sean. Shout out to Jules for carving a living, and he seems to be able to do it really well. He's turning out decent results from his riders. He loves it still. It's evident that you can tell that he absolutely hyped for it still. So that UCI role seems bang on for him.
If you chopped him in half, he'd just be the shape of a chain ring all the way up his body like a stick of rock.
Yeah. Prodigy.
Well, he was there recently.
Do you know what? In terms of that technical delegate role, that's Jules. That's made for Jules. That is. You know, in terms of the passion that he's got for the sport and, you know, travel and everything like that, you've got to get someone that gets up and wants to be self-motivated.
He must hate his missus.
That's him all
I'm just going to put that out there. Like,
really cool.
He's never at home, is he? Like, how the hell does she put up with that? I'm only joking, Jules, but you've got an understanding wife there.
Cool opportunity,
that's for sure.
I tell you what, if you've got a hobby that takes a bit of time, if your partner's a shift worker, and I think Jules's missus is, that can often play to your advantage, because quite often it'd be like, oh, I'm away doing stuff, I should be at home. Well, maybe not, because maybe no one's at home because they're working. So sometimes that can play to your advantage.
Scotland or other things.
Yeah. How's booking for practice?
Well, it's all right now before I start slating everything. But I've got a bit of I'm going to contradict myself so much in the next statement. I'm a bit annoyed that BMX has now become ran by companies rather than clubs. So Manchester Indoor is run by the National Cycling Centre. Glasgow is run by, I want to say it's called Park Summit, whatever it is. Anyway, it's a company. And then you've got like Cycler Park. Obviously, we're not going to Cycler Park this year. That's run by them. And is it because clubs can't afford it? Is it because clubs haven't got enough people in there? But I just don't like that it's not run by BMXers, because they don't really understand it, which is partly our fault. Do we then need to stand up and go, right, okay, yeah, we will help out. We'll do bits for you. But then Billy put a post on that he tried to get on, tried to get booked in, and it was sold out, and there was like 170 tickets or something they sold for when we've got 1,000 people going to this event. And it's like, well, for me personally, because I can't get Fridays off, Saturday practice is my thing, so it buggers me anyway on Fridays. And then you've got people that are actually probably booking Fridays off, and then this thing comes out and they're sold out, and then they can't get practice. So it just it doesn't work. But then they saw the errors in their ways, and they released more practice. And I think a lot more people have got practice, including myself. I've booked on for the 7:00 one. So if I get there at time, if I don't, I've only wasted a fiver. But I just find it a bit weird that we're having to pay for Friday practice as well. Like I sound well old, don't I? I'm just moaning. But you pay for a national. You used to get your Saturday practice and your Sunday race, and that was all part of it. Now it's just like you pay for your national, that's just your race. And I get you get Saturday practice, but let's be honest, it's like 2 laps on Saturday if you're just rocking up, which you can't learn the track in 2 days. Rant over.
It's a massive topic to dig into. My brain's racing as you're talking, and there's too much to kind of get into. But what it makes you appreciate is clubs are everything.
And I think there's a reason why there's less clubs and some of those companies being attached to the big investments, which I'll come back to, and I'll have to put my tinfoil hat on. But clubs are everything, because if you get a club that's scratched and grafted and begged and got grants and managed to get a track built and they're attached to it, you get so much more value from them. You know, they'll run Friday night practices because, you know, as much as he'll be upset about it, they'll hawk Kev Brown out and stick him on a berm with a flag, you know, and he'll and Friday practice will run because of the club, because of the volunteers. Whereas the minute some kind of corporate entity gets involved for whatever reason, is they're going, oh, we've got more rules, we've got more standards, we've got more risk assessments, we have to put this many more people on. You know, they're not quite as loose. Oh, if they're coming, you know, and they're not a volunteer, and you know, we might be not for profit, but we, you know, we're getting money, so we're going to have to pay them for it, or whatever the answer might be. It just overcomplicates it. The value of clubs
we've
is
all run clubs, haven't we?
We've been lucky,
and it is hard work to run these big events. And when you go into nationals, it is, and you do rely on volunteers. And for some reason, BMX has chipped in, and even to the point where these guys in Scotland, they were like, we've opened it up, can we have any volunteers? And the Facebook feed was just like, yeah, we'll do it. And everyone dives in because that's what BMX is. And we want to ride. We're not here to mess about, are we? Like, so it all came good in the end, let's say. And I don't get me wrong, it's a hell of a facility.
So what was it? Why was the restriction in place?
I think they worried about numbers of safety.
Sure.
They said it wouldn't be safe to go more.
Right, okay. I've got a question. Obviously, we went there in 2023 for the Worlds.
I honestly don't know. I see it getting rented out. Every now and again for like the GB lot and some 8-meter hill kind of sessions. But I think there is a club that runs out of it and they have to rent it. But I can't imagine it making money because there was rumours after that Worlds they were going to knock it down.
It won't make money, I'm sure. It
would be still in the hole for the £1 million build cost that it had.
And this is where my tinfoil hat comes out. But in that, it just seems like everything in modern world is attached to government expenditure, grants, NGOs running it, red tape. Everything's difficult, and you attach these companies to it, and you know, I don't know, I'm making this stuff up, right? But let's say Sport Scotland's put a big chunk of money in, and they go, oh, well, this facility needs to be maintained. We'll put this NGO on board, this not-for-profit that's going to run this thing, who are getting quite a sizable chunk of government money on a regular basis just to be there, and then you can afford to have a facility that's maybe fallow for many points of the year. And then, every time they do something, they're doing it with a corporate mindset.
I'll have a chat with Des McCrum when I'm up in Scotland, who is the Scottish guy who is on the commissionaires, that I will need subtitles when he's talking at me. So I'll have a chat with him and he'll tell me a few things and I'll come back to you for episode 17. Is it 17? I don't know.
Yeah, let us know whether they are going to do any big events. Because, you can see it holding a Euro Champs or something.
It's good enough track. But that Worlds was sick.
Well, evidently. Oh, it was a spectacle. That Worlds was insane. I thought it was great, and I loved the city. Yeah. As a weekend, that was great for us. I mean, your dad nearly passed away during that weekend, Sean.
We probably should talk about Ted Visit at some point.
But
we didn't kill my dad on that one.
But do you know what? As an event, quality. It was wicked, wasn't it? Big grandstands. Yeah. I just look at that and I go, I think I've spoken about this before, and obviously I've grown up with like a really close knit sort of like family run club. It felt like, and at the moment we were it felt like quite a lot of us stepped away at the same time. Really, just sort of naturally just getting mature and stuff. And I know now, even I don't have any kids, for example, but like it's a big tie to try and get out 2-3 nights a week to help with the club. And I understand that if a club, a track needs building nowadays, you're talking a couple of $100,000.
Yeah.
So often there is some sort of tie-in to like a council or a, sport grant. And I'm just interested with Scotland, like what's their 5-year strategy? Because it looks from the outside, it looks like an insane facility, two hills, you know,
It'd be a shame if they got rid of something like that.
Feasible to
I
run
just,
it
it's
just on
just a
some
shame
private
it's in
bookings in a
Scotland.
club.
It needs to be bang in the middle of England. If that kind of facility is banging, if that's Birmingham,
Did you know what? If you were
get
making
used
it,
a lot.
well, put it this way. You know, you've got your indoor facility, which is great for the program, but smack that track in the middle of Manchester, with a population of Manchester and a club and a track, and then that's like a big facility that's like akin to like a Papendal to train on, rather than you.
How
just
long does
your
it take to
indoor.
get to Glasgow from
I
middle of the
think I've
country?
got a
from
6-hour
Leicester?
drive, which ain't too bad, to be honest. I'm going to just check my maps now. But
Yeah, 6 hours is a chunk. But shout out Australians because they'll do 6 for some of the regionals.
Yeah, I think anyone in Oz or America thinks that that's a local facility.
yeah, 6
So
hours.
I think it's not too bad. Do you know what? Glasgow
It
isn't
is.
bad from us from here.
6
I think
hours.
it's 200 mile
Yeah.
from where I am.
Yeah, Crewe must be like more like 3
That'd
or
take 4
4,
hours
just
for you.
straight up the M6.
Yeah. I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I just want to see it on the circuit more. I think that's how
All right.
I'll end it. So find that out for us, Sean.
Yeah, it's good. Looks good. I practice. I've
So
got.
you booked in. You got practice.
I think it's all is
that
all is
controversy's gone.
well in the world of Loch Ness. But yeah, fair play.
And is that it? That's all the Glasgow news. Otherwise,
I'll tell you what I have
just
done.
let's see
I've
how you
booked a
get
spa
on when you're there.
weekend because the kids and the missus is not coming, and I've booked a spa hotel. So I'm going to get back. Yeah,
For
I'm
you,
going to have
I
a little
thought-
swim. I'm going to have a little hot tub.
So
and a bit
hang
of
on, let me
sauna,
get this
and
straight.
I'm going to go and chill out.
Is there
So
no
you've
caravan
booked
parking?
yourself a spa weekend in Glasgow for the race. I thought you
Come
meant
on.
you'd booked Kaylee a spa weekend for the kids while you
Yeah,
were
yeah.
in Glasgow. No, you've booked it for
Do you
yourself.
know what? I'm really enjoying the
in
national
Glasgow.
years this year because I went on my own to Manchester and had a chilled weekend, and I'm going to do the same. I don't get a chance to relax these days, so I'm seeing nationals as this. The rest of the season, the kids are coming and the missus come in. It's going to be in the caravan, and it's going to be a bit hectic. But I thought I'd enjoy them 2 weekends
Yeah, why not? I get it. When you've got bucket loads
because
of
my
kids
next free
you
weekend,
don't
and
often get
we've
to
looked
switch
at
it.
this. My next free weekend is October. After this, where we've got nothing planned, so mad.
Oh, Jesus.
There you go. Right, should we get onto the list? Oh, okay.
What's the word on Be Strong?
Gone.
then? What's the word on Be
Instagram's
Strong?
gone.
Gone. Oh, geez, I didn't know that. I just know he did a post, funnily enough, the same day our podcast aired, saying that's it. I'm rolling the shutters down on UK, but I'm still going to do stuff internationally.
I'm
But I
just
don't-
checking
I'm
if
not
that's
even
actually
certain
true.
that's
I don't
happening
think Be
anymore.
Strong is on social media anymore, which it's not. Or I've been blocked, one of the two. Can you find it, Boota?
You won't have been blocked.
I'll go
Yeah,
and have a look at
stop.
it. But no, we went to Manchester, and I said to some people that I spoke to, "What's the deal?" And I believe David's just going to do it with his family,
He's
and everyone said no,
Annoyed a
not
lot of
heard from
people,
him. Don't
and
think we were.
I think that's that.
Um,
So, and BC have potentially banned
Well,
him.
allegedly.
Yeah, allegedly. We've got to use that word. That's the one. Sorry.
allegedly, Sean.
Yeah, it's all, and I don't want to get into the he said, she said, but reporting the facts as they are, rolled in with a lot of fanfare, and by what we've gathered there, is no more. And I don't think it is anymore internationally. I think one of his last big riders internationally was probably
Walks
Bella in
away.
Australia, and I'm just seeing an absence of logos on the kit. So no announcements,
over.
but just an absence of logos.
Yeah, I think she went on to work for Prophecy. Yeah,
When everyone's
to see what
resigned
comes out in
from
the
the
wash
Be
about
Strong
that, I think.
group. So that's that. So before we go on to the list, I've written interesting facts. So last episode we talked about the no clip series, to which Gunnar pulled me, because obviously Gunnar's done our shirts, the BMX Hype
Yeah.
shirts, which everyone seems to really like. So if you need a holler at Gunnar for a good shirt. So we were talking about the number plates, because I said I've got the no clips number plates, number 61. Now I didn't know this. So Boota, have you got one? Oh no.
I had
Because
one.
I've
I don't know where
Go
it
on.
is. Do you know what? It might be my
you
mum's
need to
garage
find that. Have you
because
sold
there's
that
still
yet?
a lot of plates there.
So
I want to find it.
here's, well, get the plate out
Got
before
an
you
offer,
sell it.
offer accepted, actually. So,
So
I need
here's
to
the
clear it
thing
out
with
in the
these
next
number
month or
plates,
two.
and if you've got one of these guys, keep hold of it, because we're potentially going to do a little something to try and find them all. They only made 100, right? So you've got numbers from 1 to 99. So if you've got one of those 1 to 99 for the No Clip series that was sponsored by Fox, UPG, and all that underground products, you're in luck, right? Now the reason they only made 100 and 1 to 99 because the 100th one, Marco Della Sola wanted, and he wanted 200 because it said Zoo for Zoo York when he was leading out on that one. Okay, so you've got 1 to 99 and then the number 200. Now I've got 61. But what number did you have? So we're going to try and
Let's
find
start
out.
an inventory of some sort.
We're
I'm not
Yeah,
sure.
like a
I've got
Vin wiki of number plates.
I know somewhere there's a picture of me on a red line cruiser beside Alex Dick on the gate getting absolutely horsed. And I've got a No Clips.
So
There's a
what I'm
picture
going to do
somewhere, so I've
is
got
I'm
that
going to
plate, I
post
think,
it.
and I'm going
That's
to
what
find
I
it.
thought.
But I
But
thought
he
surely
said
we
no,
had more
they
than
only made
100.
100 for that season. So I don't know what happened when over.
Okay. Yeah, but for that season,
I think that season ran 2
we had
years,
2 or
he
3
said, and they
seasons.
put a lot of money into that, and you kept your plate. So that plate ran for 2 years. So yeah, if you've got one of them,
Okay.
do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put a post on the Late to the Gate Instagram, and I'm going to put a picture of my 61 plate, and we're going to try and find the rest. There's an interesting.
That'd be cool.
I'm trying to find it now. Trying to find which number I had.
Yeah,
Knowing now
and
there
I'm
was
glad
only
I've kept
100.
it, and I
Pretty
hope
special.
everyone else has kept
Yeah.
theirs because it was such a sick event. But yeah, we will find it. We'll find the lot. So I guess who would have had number one? Someone like Kelvin or Bloomy or even Dale, maybe Jamie Staff. They would have probably had the single digits. So let's find them. Right, should we go on to the next feature? What happened to?
Yeah.
What time are we on? Okay.
Yeah.
So we got what happened
What
to
happened
the things
to?
that we didn't see anymore.
We've got loads of
isn't it?
time. We've bossed through this.
And Boo, you came up with one. Go on, you go.
Can I start, actually? I'm interested in this one, genuinely. What happened to Liat
He used to
races?
love them. Yeah, Liat and
We're all into
ponytails,
this.
wasn't it?
They were the
Liats
biggest
and
thing for such a
ponytails.
short period of time, weren't they? Like, everyone was saying you'd die if you didn't have one. You know, compressed spines and neck injuries, and
Well,
there
Liam
was
rocked
so
one
many
for
out
ages,
there.
didn't he?
There's
I'll tell you
a
what.
couple out there. I
George
think.
He
Hunt
did.
rocks one, and he won. I'm sure he rocks one, and he won both days in Elite Men National, and I'm sure he rocks a net brace.
Let's have a look.
Yeah, and there might be a handful left, but there was a time that if you were a kid and your parents had a bit of money, you had Liat on, you know. So all the little pocket rockets had them. There was I don't know, a third of your elites had them. Some of your older ages had them.
And if you didn't have any
Your
money,
old boys
you'd
have
have
had
one
too
of
much
those
money,
float
Adam.
tubes that goes around your neck that you can go swimming on. But yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that
But
George
yeah.
has rode with an Alpine Stars one recently.
Mm.
And fair play, if you've got a pre-existing injury or if your sponsor does it. Yeah, he's still
Yeah,
riding
thought
one.
so.
Yeah, he wore it at Manchester.
But what made him drop away? Why did people stop buying them? Was it a supplier thing? Was it a fashion thing?
I've got a theory is that most people ride with a MIPS motorcycle helmet now. You know, a Bell or a Fly or a Fox.
Yeah.
And it's motorcycle grade, stamped up. So the argument could be that the helmets are better. I would certainly rather wear a bigger helmet than a neck brace.
Yeah. Do they
never
ride with
owned a neck
motorcycle
I never
brace.
even
ones?
tried
I tried
one.
one and I didn't like
Yeah.
it. Sort of.
I tried one, and so if you're in a turn, and then so you're in a turn, and you go to look up like that to like spot your exit from the turn. That's when you get restricted. So they can be restrictive. So I did try one, but on the MIPS thing, is it MIPS in like a BMX / mountain bike context, or is it MIPS in a motorcycle context? Because your Troy Lee D4s they're not motorcycle helmets. But I know Fly offer a bike grade and a motorcycle grade, because when Connor crashed in Japan, he'd chosen to wear the motorcycle grade fly that day, but he could have just as easily chosen to wear the bike grade, and that's what he told me when
So
I
that
spoke to him
saved
about
him,
that one.
I think MIPS can be even at a road cycling level. They're not.
Yeah.
But what's the name of the
With the
gold
gold and
sticker?
green thing.
The motorcycle, stamp.
I don't know.
can't remember
There's
what
something
it is.
like there's ANSI or something like that. I know different categories in different jurisdictions.
Yeah, I'm not too
Dot?
sure. I've just googled it, but I'm not really getting
an
answer.
Yeah, there
But
was a
I just
time
think
where
the
everyone
helmets
was
are
rocking them,
incredible.
weren't they?
So-
And
They
we were
probably
fans
are. I
of,
always used to wear
of
motocross
Leots
ones.
and ponytails, but just not big anymore.
Yeah, because if you remember, I mean, I've got a Troy Lee D3 in the shed, and that's not a lot compared to a new helmet. If you look at that now and you look at the density of it, I've got a D2
Some
somewhere.
cash around your ass.
D2.
No, I think
yeah.
that is a D2. I've got a D2.
You
I've
had a
got a
D2.
They're not thick. There's not an awful lot of padding in that and crumple zone. Whereas you pick up your Fox, Sean, and I expect
It is. They are heavy, the Fox ones, the V1s, V2s, but I've always rocked them for probably, I'd say probably about 15 years now. Never had an issue.
I remember when Bloomy and Liam kind of really made them popular with the Ultimate BMX, and they were wearing the Fox helmets, and that they were cool. And people were probably still on the D2s, and they were starting to get the
Yeah, I'm a
Foxes
fan of
out.
them. Well, whilst we're on topic of what people wear, we got shin pads on here as well.
What else have we
Remember them shit?
forgotten about? Oh yeah,
Well,
talking
they
about Liam
made
and
it look
Bloomy.
cool. It was
Cut
shit,
off,
wasn't it?
cut
Like,
off
when you think
race
back.
pants and shin pads.
Yeah, I used to wear Troy Lee shorts and Velcro
Just
shin pads. as
again,
opposed to
something
long-
else I
long
never
ones.
did. But I don't wear any protection anyway in terms of racing wise. Elbow pads, knee pads, I don't wear any of that, and that's why probably shin pads never really took on for me. But I just didn't like the look of them.
Do you not start to feel, Sean, a little bit
No.
conscious?
I'll deal
wearing
with
anything?
it when I crash.
No, you're approaching
I just
40 and you don't want to put some
I
elbow
don't
pads on.
like the feel
He's
of
still
it,
fit
and
and
I'm not.
healthy, though, isn't he?
I'm not an advocate for it.
You
Don't
don't
get me
like
wrong.
the bulk of it, do you?
I think everyone should wear it, and my kids have got they're padded up to hell, but I just don't like it. Personal preference.
You don't fancy a big back protector so you look like an armadillo.
I mean, I'm one of them that I didn't used to like to wear gloves, and I didn't.
you
used to wear
wouldn't
anything
get away
either,
with
but
it
I was
now.
never fast enough.
We must have
You
had a
get pinged on
protection
the
kind
gate
of
for having no gloves.
theme here, because I've also got
Yeah.
frame pads set on it. Like,
Yeah,
See, I remember getting rid of these, and that was a momentous occasion. Because I remember having the Troy Lee pad sets, and they'd scrape up your frame, and I'd hate it. And the stem one was always the ugliest thing ever.
it was pipe
Just
insulation.
looked like
yeah.
pipe insulation, just
It was just-
zip tied on. Well, it was in your day. You used to rock some all
Tezza was
sorts
very
of stuff. Sure.
resourceful, let's say.
Tezza's got a bit of pipe lagging. Yeah. Tezza's got a bit of pipe lagging off a truck at work or whatever. And I remember that being the case. And I just think eventually they went, oh, the risk to your elbows, knees, and chins hitting on the bike is pretty minimal considering what else can happen.
yeah, and maybe when full face was mandated, like crossbar pads were it was kind of what's the point. But I come from a different era, and your really nice checkered California light or your metallic Zap pads. They were the dogs in the 80s. Like the Zap pads were silver, and
So
they
it was
had
a bit
this
of bling then,
metallic
basically.
orange lightning strike on. And they were blingy. Yeah, you wanted a set of them, or you wanted the California light ones, and you'd get them at the bike shop as a treat, and you'd open it, and the material would be
Just
all nice and smooth, and it would have that
Imagine,
texture,
right,
it would
if
have
they
the
brought
smell of
these
a brand
back
new
and
pad set.
all of these like industry, they're trying to gain the edge, and they're shaving millimeters off, and they're trying to gain that extra gram, and then the UCI go, you got to stick this shit back on, and just it would cause uproar, wouldn't it?
Yeah. The UCI says your plate's got to be the width of your handlebars, like those old Haro dyno plates.
Aerodynamics
Something like
window.
that. They have to go right up the sides. We can't see your plate at the start. You know what I mean? Like I can imagine it going. Going back the other way. That's the thing, though. We used to put them on bikes with like just tubes like this, because there'd be steel frames or aluminium frames. Now, you couldn't fit one on.
If you're going to whack your bollocks, it's going to hurt, isn't
It'd be
it?
a nightmare.
On the
Like,
plates, and I don't
That's
think
not
he's
going to
ridden.
save you, that little bit of padding.
Oh yeah, it will do. On the plates, and I don't know if he's ridden for a while. I think it was him, Mike Wong. I think he made like a modern version of the old Haro plate to run on his bike as he was racing in America. I think it was him. If it wasn't him, it would have been Michael Gamstetter. But I'm sure it was Mike had done it. But he hasn't put any bike posts up for ages. He's kind of really slowed down on his socials. I'm sure he did that though, which would be pretty fun, racing in the old guys class and having a modern, more smaller, but still based on an old-fashioned design plate.
He did.
Yeah. Nick Long ran that huge
Yeah, he
64
did.
for a little while.
Yeah, with the like.
And
the
When you
that
get
was
to a
fun.
certain
That was
age and
pretty
certain
good.
speed, I suppose
Yeah,
it
that
doesn't
was.
really matter. As
Before
much,
we
does
get
it?
off
But I
on-
can't imagine the pros wanted to do it because of trying to gain that little extra percent. Be sick to watch though.
Yeah. When you're going skin
I am all
tight
for
race
that.
pants, you're not going to put a massive dinner plate on the front of your bike. Hey, on the subject of clothes, one of the things I've noticed recently, and I don't know if everyone listening knows the story of this, you no longer wear yellow predominantly the way you used to. And there was a reason you used to wear yellow, and now you
'cause
don't.
it's an
And
horrible
why is
colour.
that?
The reason I used to wear yellow is Tezza, my old man, is colourblind, and he can only see yellow, which I don't know if anyone knew. So as kids, we were always putting massive yellow helmets. So not only a yellow helmet, but it had like red stars on as well, so that he could see the outline if someone else had a yellow helmet. So then, obviously, I carried on that tradition. When I finished, I ended up one of the BMX hype kits. I remember was a bit of a throwback to him. It was like all yellow. It was a bit loud, but yeah, that was the reason. That's the reason I used to wear yellow quite a lot, because my old man's colourblind. No, but he
I
likes
guess
this
Tezza
new,
doesn't go to the races.
the new
so
kit.
much
He
now,
says
does he?
that really stands out. I can see you, Sean. Is what he says.
Do you know what, Sean? That new sorted kit
we
that
are
you're
very
wearing,
close to the
I can
sorted.
see that from a
But
mile
look,
off.
sorted it out, to be fair. So, and then when he was like, "Oh, you ain't this colour as well," Andy Drelincourt from Sorted, and we realised that we were the same colour.
I think both
Yeah.
of you went for something that we haven't seen for a while, teal. And then,
looks good,
yeah,
though.
it's just coincidence, isn't it?
Do you want me to keep going on my list?
It does look
I've got
good.
two
Both
things that are
teams.
It does look
start hill related.
Yeah.
So we'll
Yeah,
go
man.
with the first one. Was 10-meter lines. Where the hell did 10-meter lines ever go?
At what point did the rule change? 'Cause-
Second pedal
'cause
cut off.
You can cut
Kopi's,
off now, can't you?
Twitter name.
Kopi's name. I miss Kopi. I haven't spoken to him for ages. Yeah, so there was a point in time.
I think the
where you can
reason they
cut off.
changed it, and again, I've done my research on this, obviously, is because at the bottom of the 10-meter hill, you're going faster, and then people were getting cut off from that point, which was quite dangerous. Whereas a second pedal cut off, you're not going as fast. So it's actually safer. And I think that was the reason. Now, Rhea will probably message me after this goes live and said, yeah, you're completely wrong. But I'm sure that was why they changed that.
That makes sense.
I'm all for that. It's like it also removes the contest, because there would always be an argument whether someone came across it before it or whatever. So take away the rule, and it's like a footballer.
On that,
refs that you
though,
play on. They just
we've
don't
got
exist
like
anymore.
you see some
So I kinda
kids,
like that.
and I'm talking like the 6-7-year-olds that are like they've been told to go straight across. You can see that, and they snap out, and they. That's a bit like, oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
But then in the elites, you don't really see that as much. If someone's got a good snap, they don't really move over too much, and I think there's a bit of respect there, isn't
There is respect. I tell you what has happened though, and it'll be interesting to see whether I'm going to be called sexist here.
there? Yeah,
is
they
that
do.
the girls do it hard, cut across hard, and that's always been the case. And I'm not really sure why. And I don't know. Once you got your elbows in
Yeah,
front,
'cause, I
it's
mean-
your track to choose, isn't it? But I think in elite,
Yeah.
everyone knows.
I
that
suppose there's a
the
case
stakes
back
are
in the
just
olden
higher.
days,
That's all.
saying it like it's the 30s. But like,
Yeah.
if you got a shit gate and you was powerful, you'd be all right still, because you've got 10 meters to get that going. Whereas now, if you've got a good snap, why don't you just move over and shut them off?
Yeah.
Which then brings me on
Yeah.
to my next one. Slingshots was on our
Yeah.
list.
Slingshots.
Oh, so I didn't. Oh, it is at the top of the list. Sorry, yeah. Did you notice that
this?
Dale had posted?
Who was it?
a video
KY?
on BMX Weekly?
Mm.
So that was Mikey Brabant out of Florida. How good his whole shot was, and he always used to ride in like long sleeve t-shirt and jeans as well. And you know, these things that you just forget about them, don't you? Unless you've seen them on a regular basis, you don't forget about them. And it was so strange to see picture of a gate, everyone's set, hear the cadence going off, and then one rider just goes back and then slingshots forward. And obviously he did it amazingly. Anyway, I tagged in. I said,
Mate,
rumor has it
Liam
he was inspired
Beatty's
by
was
Liam Beatty's
ridiculous.
slingshot.
Like Lawrence Matt ended up changing his technique as well.
Yeah,
He started doing
yeah.
slingshots with him. But Liam's tall anyway. He must have gone back about a bike length.
Yeah. Well, I can specifically remember 2000 was the last national at Mansfield, I think. Big hill, obviously, but the pad was relatively flat on top of the big hill. It sort of went over and kinked, didn't it, and went down. And Liam's gate was so it was amazing. It started at, you know, watch the, and he was rolling back, and he came off his back wheel is off the pad because obviously he was running a long bike, and then just getting that time
track, though.
was right. But I learned
That was
a
his
little
local
bit
track
about
though, so he'd obviously practiced that a lot.
Sorry? Well, yeah, local track, yeah. So I learned a little bit from reading the comments on that slingshot post. It was Greg Romero said, no, it wasn't, it was Jason Richardson, said that Random Start came in 2008, prior to the Olympics, and the test event was the first time they ran Random Start. And I remember at the time being a big thing, having a new Pro Gate at Crewe, and being able to just change the cadence and go back to ABA and NBL because they were slightly different. They were watch the gate and watch the lights, weren't they? And then you could do Random Start as well. And it was the craziest thing to start trying to train Random Start. But it was because, and he says, this is because they didn't want someone like Mikey Brabant coming and winning the Olympics based on a mental gate start where he could roll back so far. And you're right. You said KY earlier, didn't you? KY used to have a big.
What a mad time that was! Like,
I can't believe it was only 2008. Yeah, 2008 for Random. That it just in my head it would have been way before that.
Yeah, sort of me too. Really, I mean, we got a gate in. We got the track rebuild in 2009 at Crewe.
That was ridiculous.
And prior to that, we had a magnet start with the old lights that used to come out in like the machine gun casing.
No.
It wasn't a PT. It wasn't a PT with the bearing that used to come up like that. The PT gate was classic, wasn't it? Yeah, you could hear it. Oh man, I remember. I'm going off subject here, but we may as well ramble on. I remember the PT gate at Chesterfield because that pad was so flat.
Everyone would be pushing it down
really slowly, wouldn't it? Because it was just gravity. So you go beep 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 beep. And it'd unhook, and then it would just slowly come down. And people like Liam would be pushing my actual
bottom tube on that. Because I used to hook up and over.
You used to really get your front wheel over it. Yeah. But I can't see a massive regulation change coming like that again. Really, you got to think like, what else is going to change? Like 2008 doesn't feel that long ago. I mean, it's almost.
No. Are clubs still putting Bensings in, or is it all Pro Gate now?
Pro Starts. Yeah. Although they don't have a UCI contract yet.
Because Bensings were like super popular for a while, right? Yeah.
Yeah, Bensing went really. Bensing, I think, was who pioneered the barrel gate, right? They were the ones that started the barrel and obviously retracting into the ground.
Yeah.
And that was amazing because they were just silent as well.
Silent,
it was like
way
when
safer
now,
like,
and I see like a normal gate. I'm like
super fast.
It doesn't fill me with confidence. Like the barrel is a needs must nowadays. Like how we never like had more people catching their arms and limbs underneath gates. I don't know.
Yeah. I've heard a bunch, didn't it? Is the 8 meter at Manchester still single pro start pro gate?
As in it's a
plate?
flat plate. Yeah, it's not like 8 single ones how it used to be. Yeah, but then they moved that to the
while, wasn't it?
5 meter.
Yeah.
That was on the 5 meter, and then
rider
now
would have their own
now on
small.
the because they've gone pro start.
Right, okay.
Yeah,
have they? Yeah, I'm far away from it, but God, we've gone through some iterations, haven't we?
Yeah, I didn't like those individual ones.
Although they still use them in America, don't they?
Solid.
The like the makeshift
races
would
they do.
move. And
I'm sure the Grands is all the individual ones.
yeah, well, not 100%. So Pro Gate
And I
is used
can't remember when
still
the
at the pro
contract
level,
runs
isn't it?
out.
UCI and such. Pro
They're
Start
French, yeah. So
is Pro Start's French,
yeah.
isn't it?
So I think Derby
gone
obviously
quite big,
got
haven't
theirs
they?
in first because I think they got a lot of contacts from Alan Wildbohr and Quentin, the guy that runs it at Pro Start, and then we got ours in pretty early at Hunkett, which now Peterborough have. We sold it to Peterborough. They've got a Pro Start. I think Birmingham Pro Starts. There's loads of Pro Starts. There's a new Pro Start going in at Nuneaton. I think they seem to be everywhere now, and I'm all for it because I actually prefer the Pro Starts over Pro Gate. Just seems a bit grippier. Everything just seems a lot better. So yeah, no more slingshots though.
Whatever happened
Oh
to
my
big
God,
checks?
don't.
And the reason I ask this is I'm trawling through our socials and I'm looking at two in 1 out.
I need to find the pictures.
Roundup after Manchester, where the podium's the wrong way round for starter.
Terrible.
So your first, second, third, completely wrong order, and the checks they're holding up. They're
awful,
like
aren't they?
certificates you get from assembly at school.
Like, how cheap is a check?
We found the checks.
It's shocking.
Before our final, me, Billy, and Danny, we found the checks. So we were trying angles to help BC out to try and make them look bigger. So that's the best we could do. But they are tiny.
Brilliant.
It's A3. It's A3, mate.
It's like an A3 piece of paper.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah, it's not great. It's not a good show.
Come on, man. How much is 100 pieces of Styrex that they have printed at the start of the year?
Not a lot. And you don't even have to give them to the riders. You could keep them, couldn't you? You could say, "Well, have them back," and then just wipe off
at least make 6.
The whiteboard marker.
You at least want a bit of a podium, a pop-up stretch fabric, a proper podium where 2 and 3 are in the right places,
didn't it? Yeah,
and a decent photo opportunity for these. Well, like we've spoke many times about what benefit you get as a sponsor in this sport. If you're sponsoring a top rider that can get on a podium, you at least want something that's like marketable image of my rider won the National Series round at the weekend. Let's put this up on my corporate website. And they bring up a guy holding a certificate designed in paint. And you think that it doesn't represent my investment very well, does it? I just think it's not a lot of money. It's disappointing.
Looking at maybe next year, maybe it was an oversight and like, oh shit, we need to make these. Oh, we ain't got time to go through production. Hopefully that was the case, but I don't know. There's something needs to happen with that.
Yeah, it's possible.
When
Did you?
I don't know if I said earlier, I ran a marathon at the weekend.
Did you?
But yeah. Thanks for mentioning it, lads. When Sebastian Sawe beat the world record, they printed T-shirts at the finish line with his time on.
Sick.
And were firing them out through cannons. So they put
amazing.
1:59:30 and they were firing them out through cannons. Adidas were. And then when Jacob Kiplimo, who also beat the world record but still only came third, Apple did an event, and again they made in the space of 2 hours this huge stage with all of his splits on, and it just felt like, oh God, they were really thinking of the marketing. And I know this is Adidas and this is Apple, but let's just spend £100 on some checks, BC. Like it doesn't feel like it's a lot of money. A sign printing company can do you the fabric, can do you the acrylic just to print on some.
Again, I know I'm bringing Gunnar up a bit, but like he created he's got a check as well because he did a whole shot award and his check was a normal size. I say normal size as in proper size, the big ones, not one that you go and bank. And like I'm thinking, it's not if he could do it as a privateer, just come into a race and giving away £100 for like the whole shot. Why can't BC, this multi-million-pound company, do it? Who God knows how much they earned that weekend from spectators and everything else. Yeah.
Who's on the commission now? And the reason I ask is I would love to know whether there's any kind of strategic end game.
Here's the thing.
So
the
you
BMX
rock up and you're on the
commission,
and there's 6 or 8 of you. Well, just before we get onto that, like, do they say, right, here's number one objective, and I'm making this up. Number one objective, commission members, grow the sport. Number two objective, commission members, run a national series successfully. Number three, do they have objectives like that, or is it just do the best you can?
Yeah.
And fair play
You
to
was
the
on it,
people
weren't
that
you?
are on it, because it is a big commitment, and no one's ever thankful of the work you do. I was, and we can talk about that another day, because I did a pretty shit job, and they didn't invite me back. But I learned some stuff while I was doing it. But I would be interested. Is there an objective to grow the sport anymore?
I know a
the
lot of
BC
people that are
go,
on
"It's big
the
enough."
commission, the BMX commission, and it's people like who are running like the BMX hub, the on live stream. You've got a few people who are from like the Midlands and all that kind of stuff, but I just don't know how much power they have in terms of do they have any influence over British cycling, or is it just like you're there to tell me where the races are and make sure that it runs smoothly? I don't know. Are they able to go and get sponsorship and bring in money to the national series? I'm not sure. I probably need to do some digging on that, because I do.
Yeah, I would bet they're
learn.
not able to go and make deals and do sponsorship. They'll have a BC person as kind of head of corporate engagements and sponsors and things like that. But I would like the commission to have a mandate, whatever it is, and go, this is your mandate. Be really clear about what it is we want from you. This is what success looks like, and then execute on that, and we'll decide whether it's successful at the end. I don't know whether that's the case or not. It wasn't really clear to me during my short time on it that there was that mandate, whether that was clear at the time.
But then again, we've got to remember these are volunteers. So how much effort do you want to put in if you you don't want it taking over your life almost, do you? You've got to be a certain kind of person that's willing to do that, whether that means you're single or you're something like that, where you've got no other kind of pulls, so to speak. But I couldn't do it.
I think even then it has an expiry date, in my opinion. And I've said before, like obviously we talked about clubs earlier, having that lifeblood of volunteers throughout club level. You have to make so many sacrifices elsewhere, and I think everyone's a little tighter on money and a little bit tighter on time and have family commitments. So you sort of rely on the corporate side to push itself really and be funded by grants. And
Agreed.
BC.
Do you want me to do one more, or and then we'll leave it for that?
One more, and then
Boota,
one more, and we'll leave
you
it.
pulled this one in. Megaphones.
I think I was just on a bit of a roll with it, and I thought megaphones and air horns used to be a really big thing.
Yeah.
I used to like them air horns with the little pad on the bottom. You could give it that. Especially go to Manchester at the weekend, and I think obviously because you've got a distance between you and the track, I think some of the racing was a bit wet, for want of a better term.
Mate, we were known, weren't we?
I just liked a megaphone back
We
in the
were
day.
known for having a megaphone.
Decent atmosphere, didn't we? Yeah, the megaphone went around Europe and all sorts.
I don't know that megaphones were prevalent, but you definitely were big on megaphones.
We caused some carnage with
I
that
went for
megaphone.
about 5. It started
Do you
out
think
with a cheap
did
one.
you invent it? Did you pioneer the megaphone?
I don't think so. I think it was in Europe.
Do you know what? I think we ended up discovering one from work. I think I got one from work, and it ended up coming on a trip once. A massive one.
You got a decent one from work, a decent, a crowd controller. You got from work at one point.
Had like
and
a
that one did a
separate
good
CB.
job. Yeah, exactly. It was usually used to coax people from the edge if they would jump off a bridge. But because the one that I had would play, ole, 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 because it was for a football match or something like that. They're just good time.
Well, the megaphone
was reflective of the time when it was a bit more fun.
kind of this
Like
came
now,
onto
it
the
was a bit
list
more
because
fun.
you found the old Cheddar races, and I think it was my 19 plus final at Cheddar, and all you can hear is the whole lap. Your one at the time played some kind of Chinese tune, and the whole lap you could just hear Chinese tune playing in the background.
Yeah, I think it's the Chinese national anthem, and it cut through the rest of the sound of the crowd. But that was Cheddar for you, wasn't it?
It was the one for the skip,
Things were a bit looser then.
Yeah,
Yeah, one for the skip. That was sat in the stands at
Yeah.
Hacksbergen, where it was one for the skip, and you'd kind of get your little giggling crew of and Copey, and Billy would be involved, and Rhea would be sat there, and
then
there'd be all
the
shouting
megaphone
going
turned
on.
to a fodder bell, didn't it? In the end, the Goodmans brought the fodder bell in.
Yeah. Do you remember having your megaphone out on the ramp to the ferry on the way back from Europe, and you had all the people in the cars
I do
doing an
remember that.
exercise
Actually. Yeah, I
routine?
forgot about that. Yeah, we was massive delay, weren't we? And I jumped out the van and got everyone out doing some star jumps and
Yeah.
in a Dutch accent. I think.
No, but do you also remember, Sean, when we all returned back to the car after the ferry, you announced to everyone to start their engines.
Yeah, if you could all everyone was standing around. And if I said something like, "If you could all get in your car and start your engines," everyone's getting in, revving it up. And,
yeah, and
that was
everyone fired up
loud.
prior to when they should have done. Then there was
Oh.
yeah, that because it echoed in the bellows of the boat. There was
Yeah, ahoy, seaman.
shouting at the seamen in Dover Port. I'd like
Yeah.
to.
We need to find all them
He
old
gave us
videos.
a salute,
to be
didn't
fair.
he?
Yeah, that megaphone in Europe was dangerous.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Never
I
to be
forgot
lived
about
again.
that.
great
Really.
times.
Never to be lived again. Maybe the Worlds next year, Sean. We should get a
Yeah.
minibus. You know, the
I
Super
am.
Worlds.
I'm going to race
Super
it.
Worlds
I
in
think.
France.
I
You've
think
got
I'm
to
going
go
to go
for
for
that.
it.
You too.
Super Worlds in France.
Yeah, got to get the cruiser.
2
going.
bikes,
I think
cruiser as well.
a team trip is a great shout, though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, definitely. Team trip.
No.
It's in
it's
where
up
is
in
it?
the
Like,
Alps, isn't it? Yeah.
Surrey Hounds. I think it's like near the Alps. That just
Yeah,
screams
that's
that
a
you've got to
2
put
week
some
job, that.
organisation in. For
Let's
that.
make an
That's
holiday
gonna be
out
a
of it.
wicked trip.
We'll even take the girls to that one.
Yeah. Drive.
But
definitely drive
if
it.
we turned up with a megaphone nowadays, though, I think we'd get
All right. Is there anything we
booed
need to
out the
cover
arena.
before we
I
finish?
don't think the modern day BMXs would appreciate it.
I think you're right. It's
Yeah.
the same with air horns. Like I know you wouldn't blow the air horn on the gate, but if you start making them popular,
Yeah.
somebody might.
Yep. Cool.
We need to talk
Should we
about Bob
wrap it up,
Field's
boys?
Grands one day, because when it comes to
Next level
looseness,
is
that
the
was,
high jump.
That was loose of the loose.
That was a dangerous.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the high jump.
Yeah, we better
Yeah.
put some notes together for that one.
We will.
Yeah, that's definitely one
that
we should
takes
put a
some
note together on.
research. I think the high jump.
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't remember who won it.
Gamble, I
whether
think,
it was Ash
sent it
Davey,
to the
but I
moon
think
as
Alex
well,
Dick
didn't he,
was
at
in
one
there as
point?
well in the high jump, and I think Paddy had a
People
go.
were just dying on that thing.
Yeah.
Not even to stay on your
That was
bike.
mega.
Was
All right.
you just get over the bar. Don't even worry about where you and the bike land. Just get over the bar. Yeah. We'll dig out some videos ready for that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Joe Badley backflipped it as well.
I'm sure he
on the high jump,
backflipped
probably.
under it,
Yeah.
I think.
Insane.
That would make more sense.
Hmm.
That would make
Yeah.
more sense.
Good episode.
Yeah.
Happy days. Right.
No, we've
Is
got
there
a few
anything
people
else
lined
we need to
up.
cover
I want to
before we
I
finish?
want to get side pattern on, don't I? To talk about the Malvins, the Malvins classics. But we've got a few things lined
Yeah.
up because we want to dig deeper on how he makes an
That'd be
event
interesting.
such a big. Like we've moaned about all these events today. How do you make BMX like that massive mountain bike festival, the Malvern Classics? So
Yeah, he'll have a view for certain. I don't think we'll ever get Johan on because he's always so busy doing stuff. But he had a right good go with GSX. He had a right good go, and he did have a vision, but that ran its course before UCI took it back.
I was going to say he's your mate. Yeah, you have a chat with
I
him.
might try. He's always busy skiing or helicoptering somewhere. I think he was my mate until I started getting a bit loose on the Twitter, and that was probably the end of me doing anything with GSX. I used to love the men's semi joke. I always used to love.
Semi.
Here we go. This is a hard semi. Everyone loves the men's semi.
I just find it mad that you was the
and I
UCI
think that
GSX
got a bit thin
tweeter.
for him. Just by, well, I'll tell you the story now as to how it came about, rather than kind of tease it and then forget to do it. So Manchester indoor supercross, whole GSX wagon rocks up. Obviously, they realise very quickly how small and how fast that track is. They also probably realise how dominant Liam is as well. And I don't know exactly kind of where on the barometer of decision making this falls, but at some point they go,
That was
what
so
we
bad.
need is a quarter pipe in front of the last jump on the first straight. So you're going down, you're macking down the first straight, top whack, and they literally build a skate-like quarter pipe to extend the length of that first jump. But the design is such that it's just shooting everyone to the moon. And I even spoke to Connor about this, and he's kind of, he's your all-American racer, and he's like, give me it, I'll ride it. But even he said that was dangerous to do.
Yeah,
and I think most people thought it was a stupid idea. I think they ended up racing the whole race with it. But me being an old boy BMXer at the time when everyone was loving the old Facebook keyboards, kind of did this open letter to GSX about what are you doing? This is ridiculous. It's it's reflecting badly on the sport. If I trawled back through the Facebook, maybe I'd even find it. And it got big response, likes and shares or whatever people could do back then. And fair play to them. I don't know whether it was through Max Kluwer, but they reached out and they said, come to the track and let's have a chat and we'll talk about it. And so that bit your ass drops and you go, fucking hell, I'm not sat behind a keyboard anymore. I've got to go and talk to these people. And I did. So I met Johan, I met Tom, I met Max Kluwer. I got the all access pass, which was fantastic. That was the full BMX boner experience. And we had a really polite but opposite position conversation going. I don't think you should be putting that quarter pipe at the end of the first straight. And and I think Tom and Johan were, but we need to extend it. They're over jumping it, and I'm like, yeah, but the shape's wrong. And anyway, they did it. So that created a level of contact between the two of us that I think when they rolled round into town the very next year and they did the UCI Supercross the next year, they went, we've got a job for you. We want you to live tweet the results as people are coming over the line. What would you say? You'd say yes. And you do it. Yeah. And then as a consequence of that, I then went on to do that one, Papendal, Berlin. I can't remember if I did another one or not. And it was great. It was great fun. Really enjoyed it. It was a holiday for me. I kind of paid my own way to get there. And, I think on the last event, I got the Troy Lee uniform, the same as everyone else. And Max Kluwer was kind of poking me in the ribs, going, that's the most expensive Troy Lee uniform you've ever bought. And I was like, yeah, it is, but I'm still part of it. And it was great. And we can talk about stuff. We can talk about that another time. But yeah, really enjoyed that. So there you go. Take your opportunities.
Well, that flies back to Jules doing this UCI technical delegate job. How cool is that?
I mean, it'd be hell of a ride,
last forever, but take the opportunity, do a bit of travel, see some things,
especially when they put Argentina and things like that on there.
You should. Tony the Butcher said to me, well, I wanted to go to Argentina and there was no way they were going to pay for me to fly that far, which is why, there's people with some good gigs at the moment, like doing the mechanic jobs with Australia and things like that. But Tony the Butcher said to me, I'm sure he said this, and I think he did, and Billy or Charlie will correct me if I'm wrong. He said, say yes to everything. Say yes to everything, and his story, and we really need to, with Billy and Charlie's permission, do a Tony episode. His life's littered with opportunities that he said yes to. Not least of which the old tattoo with the pork chop wings and stuff like that. But he said, say yes to everything. And I haven't always done that, and I have regretted it when I've not done it. But he said, say yes to everything.
There's a nice bit of advice to finish on.
Cool.
Well, enjoy your trip to Scotland, people.
Right. Let's do it. Let's switch off. Yeah, drive safe to Glasgow.
We'll see.
Enjoy practice.
Go well, Sean.
I need some.
Go for the moves.
We'll see what happens. Right, peace out.
Right.
Cool.
That's it. Done. Bye.
See you later.
Ladies and gentlemen, here they are, late to the gate and racing out of lane 8. Your men, Dex, Boota and Issitt.
Riders ready, watch the gate.
Bikes in the van, phone in hand, BMX track in a foreign land. Dex misses flight, it's late. I don't know why we're late to the gate. Scooters and bikes, we ride all night. Euro trips and rider hype. From nationals to car park chats, we chase that dream in new era caps. Sugar daddies in the VIP. BMX moms still faster than me. Dex and Boota and Issitt too. Talking trash, we ride it true. Baggy jeans and studded belts. The party is chaos, nothing else. Clips or flats, deadlifts or squats. Still arguing like it means a lot. Crank it up to 99. UK tracks with your lines. We're always slow, we talk a lot, but for real, this is all we've got. Late to the day, y'all.